Hey guys, it's Tyson R6S here, coming at you with another video today on JCT Gaming.
Protect the
And I'm
bombs.
going to be showing you my favorite mirror spots on all the main Pro League maps. Just because Mira is probably one of the most picked operators Pro League wise. So what you're going to do first is open basement, or open this part of basement. A rotation hole to get from bomb to bomb. And then I like reinforcing this wall, and I don't have anyone else with me to do reinforcements and bandage walls. But you're gonna put your mirror down here,
Down to 10 seconds.
and you're gonna open that. And so you have a clear line
5
of
seconds to
sight
insertion.
at hatch there, and stairs there, because a
Increase
main
surveillance
bomb
on bombs.
planting
Op
spot
4
is right
has a
there where I
diffuser.
pinged. So you can throw a C4 out and all that. And so you have A pretty much covered there, but you need a bandit right there so that they can't hop on it. And then the other place I put my mirror is right here, so you can watch stairs, tower, because I put that in the wrong spot. You're supposed to crouch. Yeah, because if you crouch, you can watch that hatch. And then I like to have a castle put there, and put up top, and then put it there. So you're pretty much safe from that side if you have two people on OBJ, and then I like two people sitting on in meeting, locking meeting out, two roamers using Ella and Jaeger, and then Bandit and Mira sitting on OBJ, and whoever my fifth guy is, usually that's Bram. I don't know where he is, but yeah. So that is that's basement for this map.
Mission
So
failed.
we'll be right
All
back.
friendlies were eliminated.
Alright, we're back, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna blow that up. Make sure you clear that rest of that out. You want to reinforce those two, even though they're probably gonna end up breaking them. And then I like making a rotation hole here with my shotgun.
10 seconds remaining.
5
Seconds.
And you put your reinforcement here with a bandit on it, of course.
Bomb locations are secure.
And that. So now you have a line of sight at kids if you need. If I can open this up correctly. Yeah, you have a line of sight at kids. Right there. Those are where your reinforcement walls will be. You have a line of sight at that window, which is where a lot of people come in. And usually you put a Jaeger or two right there, or even a castle. Since the floor is wooden, if I am correct, yeah, you can shoot from below. And so a lot of people, if they know a Mira's sitting right here, they end up getting a buck to go downstairs and hold kitchen. And so what a lot of Pro League teams do is, if they do have a Mira right there, what a lot of Pro League teams do, if they do have a Mira right there, is, so since they don't want to get anti by a buck, they like putting a Mira right here where I'm putting mine with a bandit on it. So, and then you have a person like Ella or Jaeger, somebody who's fast, 3 speed, sitting right here and anti-ing that. So there's, yeah, the both ways watched, you know. If you can hold down this room and not let them anti the Mira upstairs, you're usually pretty set. Alright guys, this is Tyson back. This is probably one of the best maps for Mira in my opinion, just because of all the spots you can put them. You need secret tunnel reinforced, and then I like putting a unreinforced one here on sometimes, just so you can watch blue tunnel, and then putting a rotation hole
10
right
seconds.
here,
5
so you can
seconds
rotate over if anyone needs to. and you
Bomb
open
locations are secure.
this up. So when you're in the mirror, you can see, if you need to, the church door, the little drop hatch. You can see that. My other mirror usually goes here so I can watch the stairs. I reinforce this one with a bandit on it, of course. And then I usually prefer a bandit secret tunnel just because I hate when they come to the secret tunnel. And you can even reinforce... Can you? Yeah, you can. You can even reinforce this one, guys, if you want to, and put the mirror in the middle of these two. And then you have to open this up as much as you can. And you put it closer to this side. Closer to the right side. Just so you have a clear line of sight there. And a lot of people don't even open the little middle eye section up, and they only open the top so they can chuck a C4 over. But I don't like my C4 throws, so I don't do that. And you can not reinforce that one and put it a little more to the right and have a way to watch both sides there. But sorry for the phone call. But yeah. Alright guys, we're back and we're on bar and stockroom. And this is actually something that I don't see a lot of people doing. A lot of people end up putting a mirror. I've seen a lot of people put a mirror up top just to watch the hatch there. I've seen people put mirrors there. But I like putting it one reinforced mirror with a bandit on stockroom, or watching stockroom, and then unreinforced rotation pole right here. And you just open all of it, and so you have a clear like sight to stockroom and all of that, because a lot of people like pushing through that door down there. And so if you can put a mirror there just to watch it, and then your only problem is watching that door. Is getting shot through that door. Which, I mean, if you're right here, you're usually pretty fine. Peeking at it every once in a while, I think you'd be fine. You just need those reinforced. And then my second mirror goes on a reinforced wall against this, just so you can watch it. I like reinforcing all these, even though I don't have enough reinforcements for it. Just because this mirror spot is mainly just for knowing where they are. Just to see if they're pushing through strip, just because I don't like leaving a solo person per strip in case all of them do push strip. But this is just a way to watch strip and make sure they don't have a thermite who pushes through and plants right here, because then you're screwed. If they plant at pool, you're screwed. You could even have a guy sit up at hatch there and walk down just in case of that plant, but I like putting a mirror there. That's just me. But this is just something I don't see a lot used, but I do like. And you can even switch it up and put the mirror on the other. It's just harder to shoot. But yeah, these two mirror spots I showed you on this map are two of my favorites. Alright guys, we're back, we're in Consulate. And we went downstairs garage. And this is one of the better maps for Mira 2. Honestly, they're all sick maps for Mira. And you don't have to use these spots. They're mainly just my favorite spots. And I just know that they work. So you need a rotation hole here. And then I put it in the middle one.
5 seconds.
And I put a mirror down with a bandit, of course. And now you have line of sight at garage once you open this up. And at yellow stairs. So your only really worry is the hatch and kitchen. And then spiral stairs there. But if you run a castle and put a castle there, and then upstairs at the other mirror, you're fine. So if you have a mirror here, you have someone sit on it with a bandit, you're fine usually. And my other mirror goes to my other main point in this map, which is up in bathrooms, because the hatches, if the offense gets control of upstairs, you're screwed. Because everyone knows the spot, right? Where is it? Here? Where you can look down and shoot the bandits. And everyone brings a buck on this spot, and then screws you over. So I like going upstairs with a Mira if I have the time, putting it in the middle one, and then having a Jaeger or an Ella sitting up here, or even both, with a Mira. And I mean, if I have Camden or Colt sitting up here with an Ella or a Mira or whatever, and I open this up like this, they're fine. I mean, most of the time, both of them together can hold this by themselves. They reinforce that, and then one of them watches that way. They're fine sitting on here with a Mira. You have eyes at both that. You have eyes at yellow. If you have that reinforced, they're not getting through that. And then you have the other one, whoever, Cole or Camden, sitting here watching main lobby. You're fine usually. I mean, they're able to hold it down. And I mean, if you want, they can open a hatch for all I care and have a drop down if they get pushed too hard. I really like opening hatch. I'd rather them just hold them off as long as they can, and if they have to die, they die. But I mean, if they have to drop down, they can, and then we're kind of screwed after that. But I mean, we have a Mira watching the drop down hatch. We need that one reinforced because then they can't anti this one. But yeah. So this map, this bomb location is really good for Mira.
Protect the
Alright, we're going downstairs first again. This time we're on Chalet. This is probably one of my favorite maps for ESL or ranked. This is probably our highest win rate map. It's probably Cannon's best map, killing was. And so as a Mira main, or yeah, Mira main, I like putting one here with a bandit. Of course you reinforce and bandit garage, but you have a Mira here, so when they do open garage, because they will, you have easy line of sight on them, and you can hold down stairs and garage.
Bomb locations are secure.
You need to watch out for Twitch on this spot, because if they do get it, you're kind of screwed. You screw over everyone at A, basically. That wall needs to be reinforced for sure, because if they get a line of sight here, they can open that Mira. And then my other Mira goes right here, against this wall. And then you reinforce those two, you reinforce that one, reinforce that one, and then you reinforce garage. Only problem with this spot is if you don't have a bandit, and they get hacked, you're basically screwed by Habana or anything with a nade, because you have this open for a kill hole thing. You need this reinforced, even though they can get it, and then you can just fall back if you need to. If you're playing this Mira, you really need someone watching blue tunnel, because that's the main way I've died. But because this Mira really can watch garage and stairs all by themselves, really. This Mira spot. And then this Mira spot can watch small garage if you open it enough. I don't know if I can. Oh yeah, I can. Yeah, you can watch small garage pretty much all by yourself. You can watch. You can't really watch that little tunnel thingy, but you don't really need to. You just need someone at hatch. So yeah, I'd put someone at hatch, someone on this Mira, someone on that Mira, someone in blue tunnel, and then someone just roaming. But yeah, that's my favorite spot for Mira on this bomb location. It's kind of generic. Alright, now we're going bar and gaming room, and this is a spot that's pretty generic now in Pro League at least, but it isn't really done in ranked that much right now, unless you're playing against a full team. First, you reinforce this wall with a bandit, of course. All these spots need bandits, really. And I put one here. You open that up. And you can even make a rotation hole here if you want. not really needed, but if you want to.
10 seconds to insertion.
Because then you have a full line of sight, and you can rotate over to somehow get a
5
plant
seconds
off
and counting.
without you knowing. And I like having a castle on this
protect your
OBJ,
bombs from being
and I
defused by
castle
Op
that, and I castle that. So that's where your two castles should go. You want to open that up. You need someone playing stairs here, probably, just in case they do get in there, if you aren't going to play castle. Or you might want to have someone playing bar. And then my second mirror is going to go up here against this wall. And I put heavy reinforcements upstairs in this OBJ. Because, if they get the hatch up here, it's basically game over. They have full lines of sight on bar, pretty much. I think you can open that up and have even more lines of sight. Something like that, yeah. Yeah, you can see down there. So, I mean, if they get upstairs, you're basically screwed. Yeah, see. Full lines of sight at bar, you're screwed. But if you can if you can have one or two people hold reading up here, if you see, this is another hatch. If they open this, you can leave this hatch open if you want, and have someone in reading up here. I put heavy assets up here in reading. I put my second castle, usually right there, or my third castle. I mean, I put two downstairs and one right there, or even one right here if you want. But you need at least two people up here holding this. You have one on the Mira here, or holding this side of the map, like this whole east side of the map. Because this Mira spot is really good for the windows and that. Cafe is another map where you have a lot of options, I guess you could say. So there's a lot of different things you can pull off here. It's really just depending on what the other team does when they attack. Because a lot of places like to take over Cigar, which is the west side of the map over here, this room. And so, what you can do is you really have to make these two rotation holes, one on the right, one on the left. And the left one needs to be bigger. Easy enough to walk through, I mean. So, having a smoke shotgun could help a lot on this one. Because the mirror shotgun isn't really good for it, but I reinforce here with a bandit, of course. I put my two mirrors watching Cigar, basically. You don't have to, but yeah, I put at least one right here, and then you basically have complete lines of sight at Cigar. You can run a castle, and castle there, and then castle that door, and then you just break the hatch, and you go down to reading. So, there's pretty much, that's the way of rotation out, I guess you could say. But the only problem is, you don't have a way to get to the bombs if you do that, unless you rotate downstairs and then rotate back up, and then you're screwed. So if you don't want to do that, you could reinforce. If you want to make a rotation hole up top where you can get outside to the bombs, if they do get a plant down. If you're watching Cigar and somehow they get a lucky plant at A because your whole team's focusing on A, you could keep the castles there and make a rotation hole there with a Mira. So this is a nice spot for a second Mira, in my opinion, because it's just, I don't know, I like it. You can watch, or with this spot, you can watch the A bomb. You can watch the stairs where they're gonna be pushing your castle from, and you still have a castle there. So if that castle does get like destroyed, you need to watch Skylight. But this is a way to get out and get into the bomb room, I guess, if you're using a castle, which I prefer. You probably want to reinforce this wall too, and then reinforce the two walls over there.
Secure the area. Keep the bombs protected.
Alright, so for fireplace and engine, I do one of the mirrors that everyone does. It's this one. And you open this correctly, it's so overpowered. Because if you make holes correctly for this Mira, you can see their feet before they can even know the Mira is there. Which is really, really beneficial. Yeah, like that. So I can see their feet and they have no idea. And then you can watch that door, but I like putting a castle there. You can watch that window, you can watch the stairs. Your only really way they'll get you is the hatch, basically. And then if you reinforce all this room, put a castle there. And I like reinforcing one of these, just like on the upstairs defense. You reinforce one of these, and you're gonna put a Mira here, with a bandit, of course. Because if you do this, and then open this up, you pretty much have a line of sight in a cigar like on the other OBJ, and you can watch hatch, which is so overpowered. Because if they get hatched, you're basically screwed. Back on border, and actually did this one. Alright, we're back on border, and I don't have enough reinforcements to do all that I'm supposed to.
10 seconds
We're supposed to reinforce both of these. Just saying.
5 seconds and counting.
I put a Mira down right here and have this door open.
Op 4 has yet
And
to
so
locate
if
a
you
bomb.
want to, you can peek it, but this spot's mainly just for holding them off and making sure they don't push this way. You need bandits on both of those. I also like when Camden and Justin taught me this, but I like opening CCTV with a shotgun at the beginning of the round, or even not with a shotgun. In fact, I don't care. I like opening it just so if they do go in there, which is where a lot of teams like to push and hold, you have lines of sight into CCTV. You can put your second Mira. I've seen people put it in small offices or whatever, but I prefer if you put it right here. And you don't really need a bandit for this spot. For this one, I'd rather see teams use their bandit on that whole wall, and then like maybe these walls, maybe. But if you put a Mira here. I supposed to crouch and put that. You're supposed to crouch and put it, but you have lines of sight in the CCTV and that door. And this is kind of later on, so if you need to push back from that, or they get a twitch and open that up, you can push back to this one, and you still have a good line of sight at that whole area, and CCTV, and the door. The only other really good bump spot, in my opinion, on this map is ventilation and tellers, which is this spot. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to reinforce the third wall, going into ventilation. No, into what is this thing? Into ventilation, I think. Yeah, that's ventilation. You're going to want to open this whole wall. So if you have a smoke or even impact grenades, I don't like wasting my C4, but I like opening this whole wall so you can easily walk through it. And you walk through it easily.
Down to 10 seconds.
And then you put your Mira here.
5 seconds to insertion.
And you open that. And then if you want, you can reinforce that
Keep
one.
an eye out for Op 4 attempting to defuse your
But
bombs.
with this, you have easy lines inside of that door. You can peek that, and you can rotate through, just in case they're playing upstairs. You need people on hatches on this OBJ, just because there's 2 of them in this one bomb site. And they can shoot the floors from above. So I like having people play an armory upstairs, which is right above this. And you're able to watch that easily. And then with my second Mira, you need reinforcements on this bomb site because you need to reinforce bathroom, which is these 3 pillars. And I like putting my other reinforcement just for knowledge, not really for a kill hole or anything. Right here. Because if you put it here, you can watch the ash rush, which is right there, and just the normal outside spot. You can watch bathroom kind of, and